Hey, back to basics. This is Tanya, and I am coming in with the weekly vlog for the beginning, I guess the first week of July. Today's June 30th, but this will be the first week of July. This week we were asked to talk about our most embarrassing fat moment. And I haven't really thought about this in a long time, the story I'm going to tell you. But I actually did a video about it on my own channel a long time ago. Before I was a vlogger for Back to Basics, and it was actually in response to a Back to Basics topic week about skin issues. So my most embarrassing fat moment actually came on the day that my son was born. My son William is getting ready to turn 9. So July 19th, 2005. Easy to remember, my most embarrassing day. I had been induced. I was swelling real bad. So my doctor had induced me the night before, and I fell asleep on my back, and William's heart rate dropped into the low 50s, and they had to do an emergency C-section. So when they took me back into the ER, not the ER, the operating room, they were prepping me extremely fast. Very fast, because they had to get him out quick. And I had an epidural, and they started pumping me full of the, whatever concoction they had to numb me. And I was on my back. They had my arms strapped down. They put the sheet up in front of me, and it had like a U-shaped bar that the sheet hung from, so that way I couldn't see, what was going on down there. And what my doctor did was she took surgical tape and taped it to, because I've had an apron, I had an apron stomach from, I don't even remember how long. I don't remember as an adult not having the apron belly. So I had it before I was pregnant. And when I was pregnant, that apron did not fill in. The top part of my skin on my stomach stretched out, and the apron was still there. So she took the surgical tape and taped it to the bottom of my apron stomach, and then pulled the tape up and taped it to the bar above my head. And the anesthesiologist was behind me, and he was very confused. And he asked my doctor, what are you doing? And she was like, I need to pull her skin up so I can cut her open. And that was the most humiliating moment of my life, because here I am, 9 months pregnant. Obviously my skin is very stretched out. But even with it being that stretched out, I still had the loose skin, fat apron stomach. So much so that the anesthesiologist, I guess, had never seen somebody with that had to have their skin pulled up so that she could make a clean incision line. And it hurts my heart, that story. That's why I don't think about it very much, because that day should have been one of the happiest days of my life. It was my first child, and it's humiliating. It was totally humiliating, and I feel humiliated just thinking about that moment. I wanted to cry because I was so embarrassed that I had that apron. And that's why when people ask me, did you think you'd have plastic surgery? Yeah. From that moment, I always wanted to have that apron gone, but that was it. That solidified that if I could ever get the weight to come off and stay off and maintain my weight, that I was going to get rid of that apron. It was humiliating, completely humiliating. And then when I had my daughter 2 years later, they had to do the same thing. It wasn't an emergency, so it wasn't as much drama around it. And I knew what to expect, so I wasn't as devastated by it. But so yeah, I had to go through that twice, with pulling the skin back and taping it to the bar. So yeah, do I think about it very much? No, I try not to think about that, which is sad, because I don't like to think about the day that my son was born, and that's a big reason why. And but does it affect me now? I think when something like that happens to you, it does change you emotionally in some way. The only thing I want to say about it is that I don't want to, even though I don't think about it that much, I don't want to forget, because I don't want to forget what it felt like to be in that skin and allow myself to go back to being in that skin. So I don't think it affects me on a daily basis, but it's probably in the back of my mind when the scale goes up and I have that inkling of fear that I'll regain the weight. I don't want another humiliating moment like that ever again. And I think that's another reason why when I had my plastic surgery and had that skin removed, it was so incredibly liberating, because I didn't have to, I knew I would never have to endure that humiliation again, because that skin was gone. It represented freedom from that embarrassment of what I was hiding under my clothes. So that's my embarrassing fat story. I don't tell it to very many people. In fact, I've probably, other than my husband and my mom, in my family, probably nobody's heard that story. And obviously my friends that have this channel will see it, but definitely not proud of it, but it is part of me. So that's it. I hope next week's topic is a lot happier. But I'll be back next week with another vlog. Y'all have a great week. Bye, guys.